Impact.
Hey, what's up, Impact fam? Coach Dan here for your Recovery Friday video. Keep it short and simple today. We're just going to build upon last week's video. Last week, Coach Drew and I went over some upper and lower hamstring assessments you guys to do to see if we're tight in the upper versus the lower hamstrings, either one or both, right? So today I'm just going to show you guys some corrective stretches we can do based upon your findings if you're tight in the upper or lower hamstrings. So first one, upper hamstrings, right? This is my favorite stretch to do to get up in the upper hamstrings. It's similar to the foam roller, right? We're trying to manipulate that fascia around the hamstrings and get that tightness out of there. So what we're going to do is straddle this bar, kind of like when we were a little kid and we were going on the monkey bars. That's what it's going to look like, okay? So you guys are going to sit back. I'm going to put as much weight as I can into the bar here. I can use this back leg a little bit to stand up a little more and take off pressure if I need to. But the goal of this is I'm starting right at the bottom of the glutes, going all the way down to the middle part of the hamstring, and I'm just trying to find that tightest spot where it's screaming at me most. I'm going to spend about 30 seconds to a minute here. Roll it out. It's probably going to hurt a little bit. And then I'm going to switch and do that exact same thing on the left-hand side, right? So I do a couple sets of that. Again, trying to just, iron out that fascia in there. And then I go and do a static stretch. Upper hamstring static stretch is going to look like this. We're actually going to get a little bit of a slight knee bend so I can hinge a little bit more at my hips. If I go straight leg, I'm going to feel it more at the bottom part of my hamstrings. We're trying to target the upper. So I'm going to get a slight knee bend, really drive that heel into the bench, lean forward a little bit, right? And then come down like I'm just trying to touch my toes. You can touch the bench or touch the toes. Don't round too much at the spine. Make that hamstring do all the work. So slight knee bend, drive the heel in, hinge over at the hips, come down. We're just going to hold here for about 30 to 60 seconds on each side. A couple sets on each side, right? Then we go to the lower hamstrings. So last week we did the assessment right here where we were at 90 degrees, interlocking the fingers, trying to lock out the hamstring. Now what we're going to do is turn that into a stretch. So I'm going to bring that knee a little farther back, knee all the way to the chest, interlock the fingers, get as much pressure as I can here. You're going to feel a little stretch on the hip flexors. And then I'm just going to do 10 little contractions where I try to lock that out each time. So down, but I'm keeping full tension on the knee to the chest the whole time. So I'm a little past 90 degrees here. Hold at the top. Bring it back down. Do that 10 times on each side, a couple sets. And then just our band hamstring stretch, which you guys have seen before. Put this around the arch of my feet. Make sure this bottom leg is completely straight, locked out. My toes turned in a little bit so I don't open up that hip. I'm going to flex the quad on the leg I'm stretching. I'm going to pull the shoulders back. I'm going to take a deep breath. And I'm just going to pull that band as far as I can. And then once I get to that final point, I can just take this hand and just hold it right here. Make sure we drive that hip down right. Pull the shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Each little deep breath, we're just going to try to pull that a little bit further. We're going to go about 30 to 60 seconds on each side. A couple sets. And then that's it, guys. So upper hamstrings, lower hamstring stretches. Start to add these into your routine of stretching during the week at home, your whole recovery game plan, and get at me if you guys have any questions. Dan at goimpactstrength.com. Thanks, guys.